Welcome everyone to SafuLane once again. Tonight our discussion is all about RetroDrop farming, and the main focus is to understand the secrets behind RetroDrop farming. So we've done a brief introduction about that already, and let's just go straight to the point. Let's understand the reason why we are talking about RetroDrop and the reason why we are talking about RetroDrop farming itself. So, like, if you've noticed, like, a lot of people are always interested about airdrop. They are always interested about farming airdrop, and this is the reason why. The reason why is because farming airdrop gives you access to get a free token of the project, and this is just like you are having access to be profitable even without investing a lot into the project. So airdrop is a way to attract and also build up project momentum. So over the past few months, or let's say year, people have actually seen the interest of engaging in airdrop activities. Now this leads us to retrodrops. So retrodrops are just like, okay, they are mainly a type of airdrop activity, because I'll say they are also airdrop, but they are classified separately. So they are type of airdrop activities that are basically done by let's say the big projects who are having a lot of funding and they really need heavy testing on their project. They really need to see if they are scalable. They want to know if what they are building is going to be flexible enough to achieve their main goal. Now we tend to look at it like, are they really giving us free money? No, they are not giving us free money, because we are actually working for the money, because they are getting their results from us participating in the activity, and at the same time we are getting money in return for also helping them to understand their system better, and also to improve on whatever they are doing. So it is vice versa. It is an exchange business. So they need the farmers to be able to engage on some activities to be able to get results of what they are looking for. So now, how do we make money? This is where we're actually going, and why do we need to be farming RetroDrop? So they are going to be, I want to put it in a form, because I understand that we need to break it down so that every one of us understand the concept, and we'll be smart with it. So now, number one thing is going to be like, when we are talking about RetroDrop, there are a lot of projects that do this type of activities, but we need to be able to understand how to hunt this project down. We need to be able to understand how to figure them out, because most time they don't come out that, oh, we are doing RetroDrop activities. They'll just come out that, oh, we are building this and we need people to test this, and they might not really be clear with their process. So now this is the reason why we need to be smart, and that is the secret. Now we need to understand that whenever we are trying to go into projects that are doing this type of RetroDrop, don't worry. At the end of this discussion, we'll definitely give or share together with ourselves projects that we personally have researched on, that what our time if we are going to be hunting and farming a RetroDrop on a project, for a RetroDrop on a project. So now there are something we need to look at what type of process or activity do they want us to perform for their project. That's number one thing. Number two is, what is the cost and the return for performing in this project? Because some projects, they will actually charge you, or you require some fee to be paying for some of the transaction. Then you need to calculate ahead. Is it going to be costing me huge, and at the end of the day, maybe when they give me the token, it doesn't really worth anything? Or it's going to be costing me a very small amount of money, and when they give me this token, I'll make it very big. Like, for example, there was a guy that found a RetroDrop activity with $2,000 and made about $300,000. So this is how smart he was, because he was able to understand the potential of the project and the investment is about to do with them. So this is why I said there is a secret behind this thing. Making money can be easy when there is a formula to it. So, that is why a lot of projects, keep their blueprint of how they are operating safe. So, that is where we as a community, we need to, change our own rotation together and do a simple smart work together to make money. So now, those are just like an insight on what we are talking about. So now, we already understand what to check out on RetroDrop projects. Let's go to what is it going to be, the potential of the project, and also how do we filter out scam projects, because even along the way there is also scam projects and different let me say approach that comes in different ways. So even when we are coming into the whole thing, we have to be extremely careful. So now, most projects that are actually doing this type of retro drop farming, or let's say airdrop right now, they are actually, most projects that are building blockchains, that are building their own blockchain. Okay, they want to build a blockchain that is faster than the other one. They want to build a blockchain that is scalable. They want to build a blockchain that is, that is using the zero knowledge concept. They want to build a blockchain that is using the optimism approach. So, we understand that everyone is trying to improve on the technology, but we, on our own end, we are trying to be at the end of making money while the technology is also coming. So, once we start understanding that, okay, when I want to do a RetroDrop farming, it has to be on a blockchain project. Like, it has to be on a project that is building their own blockchain and they have not yet launched. So now this leads us to some projects that I'll be mentioning very soon. There are a lot of them. I think we have about maybe 20 projects that are building blockchain right now. There is even some that pay you instantly. Like, for example, there is this Ton blockchain, TON. So this blockchain, it pays developer. Like, if you're a developer and you offer them a solution, they give you token straight away. Like, you don't even need to farm. So these are like smart way to start getting tokens, start making money, even in anticipation for a potential big bag. So like there are a lot of I'm trying to just review different opportunity that I'm seeing on that I've put down, because I already have these on my screen. So right there, I'll just let's talk about the project itself. Which project can we pick on that we feel like we can make profits on? See, when we're talking about retro drop farming, one thing about it is we don't really need to stress ourselves. The project will do the main work of launching at a time whereby the price of the token they will be giving us will actually be on a good side, except from a project that doesn't really know what they are doing. So the risk of performing these activities is always very low. Except from the one whereby we need to invest some amount of money. So, and I will advise, if anyone is going to be investing in some of these projects that require some little fee, don't invest more than $50 as a beginner. Yeah, because there are risks as well. There are some projects you think they have the potential, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a flop. So it has happened this year, and we need to be careful. We need to be careful. So, and one thing is, we need to understand that we, at our own part, we are just trying our best as an investor, because we should classify ourselves as an investor. We are investing in the project with our time, with our activities, with our money as well. So it boils down to to be profitable at the end of the day. So we need to be extremely smart. So the secret that we have mentioned is these three things. Number one, look at the potential of the project. Look at the build up. Look at what they are trying to do. So look at how smart it is. What is the cost of me engaging in this thing? What is going to be the return at the end of the day? Because there are some things, like there are some things you don't need to do. you should be able to be smart and calculate some end results even without starting it. That, oh, even if I try my best doing this thing, it can't give me more than this amount of money. So what about if I put my energy into something else and it gives me the same amount of money for little effort? So this is this is a simple approach to working smart. So I'm going to be talking about the projects that we are going to be reviewing. We'll do a quick review on all these projects, and from there we will do a real practical on Saturday. So on Saturday we do a practical on them, and I believe from there we'll be able to get into what we are talking about. So we have tried to, like some of the research we've tried to do ourselves is to make sure that if we're carrying the community along on this, we want to just be like, okay, those activities we'll be doing, number one, is not going to be costing us maybe any amount. Let me talk. Yeah. I mean, we might not be spending anything on it, and we might even be able to assist our own community. So I'll pick on. See, there are some projects that I know personally that they have huge investors. So I'll pick on them. Number one is we need to review zero knowledge ZK Sync. We need to review it. Like, I know, I'm 100% sure zero knowledge ZK Sync blockchain, they have huge funding. That one I'm very sure of. We will review that, and we review, like, a lot of people have participated on their RetroDrop family already, but it doesn't matter because most people, they don't do it the smart way. So we go into it, we check on how we can be more smart with it. Even it doesn't matter if 100 people have done it, but when we come into the game, we act smart on what we are doing, then we will definitely be sure of being profitable. Then when we look at ZK Sync, we can still consider let's consider layer 0, but I don't really have much. Layer 0, we can consider layer 0, we can consider Stacknet. These are projects I'm going to be presenting shortly, so for every one of us to check together. We can also be considering Mantu. We just pick on 5 projects. 5 projects is okay. And yeah, that like the project we think, for example, they've been in existence for long, and at the end of the day, it can really pave way for being profitable on the long run. So let me present my screen. So we'll start checking. So yeah, let's check on layer 0. I don't know if anyone is here that have been doing these RetroDrop activities already, or we are all just new to it. So let me share my screen first of all. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen. All right, cool. So we'll be doing this real quick. Please, if you can see my screen, can you see? Okay, cool. I'm sharing my screen right here. So now this is layer 0, and you must have heard about layer 0. There is no really need to start discussing too much about it. So some of the activities we will be engaging on layer 0 is, for example, it will be good for people who are just joining us to learn how DeFi work, how the system work entirely. So it will be really good for us to understand that. So now, these are the things that we are saying we should check. We should check the funding. Who are the people funding the project? Is the funding real? So these are the things that we have personally, confirm, and make sure that it's not just ordinary partnership they are having with these companies. So we'll be checking on layer 0. And what are we doing on layer 0? Layer 0 is just so simple. The first thing is we'll be checking on their bridging, the way their bridging work, and we'll be doing some activities on it as well. We'll help ourselves. Don't worry, we'll help ourselves to guide everyone through the necessary steps So we'll check on their chain swap. We'll check on how most of the features they are building are working. And also, they have a very unique NFT feature as well. We'll check it as well, and other activities whereby we'll be getting or accumulating the tokens through the process, and we'll also share with ourselves, uh, you know, um, we talk about this other project to zero knowledge project. So we'll be sharing knowledge about zero knowledge at ZK Sync Bridge. Don't worry. Immediately after this call, I'll outline everything. Send it to us so that we can all understand what we are talking about. Tonight is going to be, to some people who are here, it's going to be sounding strange, but I believe that some people have already been participating in this even before now. So I'm going to be okay. Let me switch my screen to ZK Sync page, because this is always something we have to be very, very careful about. We have to be very, very careful. This is for ZK Sync, and what we are going to be doing is, I think, if we are doing RetroDrop on ZK, it's always just so simple. Like, hello, do we have? Okay, someone. I think. Okay. So now, if we're going to be doing airdrop, a RetroDrop farming on ZK Sync, is going to be straightforward, because ZK really has a lot of adoption going on the present moment, and we'll be using different platform they have already to get ZK Sync airdrop. So then we'll move to Stacknet. Don't worry, like, we won't be really stressing ourselves on a lot of things on this procedure, but just for example, we just need to understand the benefits of RetroDrop farming, and how we can just do some of these activities without much stress, and being smart with it. So then we move to, this is for ZK Sync. We'll pull out all the necessary information out there so that people can actually check it. So these are just like projects that are building new type of blockchain. Being part of it as the first time and early birds is always going to be favorable, because at the end of the day, we'll be getting token from all these activities. So, and we have Mantu, we have Zora, we have Linear as well. Those are the most popular, I would say. So we won't really, be bugging ourselves. Let's start with one, understand how it works, look at where we need to be and how we need to make money through them. And this is going to be something practical that we'll need to do on our next call on Saturday. So like I said, tonight we won't really be spending much time explaining or wasting time on this section. So let me just put it out there. Do we have anyone that has a question for us, or you feel like you can contribute to the discussion tonight? So if you have, please come up. You can just unmute your mic and ask your question, and we'll be glad, to discuss together. So maybe you have any problem, or you have a question relating to. Okay, so CTO, are you doing? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible now. You're audible.
So good evening, everyone. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Once again. Well, it's not really much of a question relating to the topic at hand today, but since we are going to be postponing what we'll be having till Saturday, I wanted to ask if we could, or if the bosses here could, like, share more light on EVM. Surprisingly, I made a project today. It was an airdrop, and I didn't understand the concept more on EVM, that's Ethereum Virtual Machine Wallet, yesterday, and the question was asked, I think, on the learn and end section. You asked what the full meaning of EVM was. Although I understood what the meaning was, but it kind of gave me like a bit of a problem when we were asked to. I think they said we should submit our EVM wallets, something like that. So I was really, really confused because I haven't interacted. Although I know it's something that has to do with Chainlink and the rest, some the apps that have this EVM integration into it, but I didn't really understand how to maneuver or manipulate the concept of EVM. So I don't know if anyone here or you, the boss, have any knowledge or you could expand more on EVMs. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. If we are talking about EVM, it's just a very simple term, but let's say a technical term in the blockchain development category. So EVM, the full meaning is Ethereum Virtual Machine. And EVM is a concept for that have really helped a lot of builders. If you look at every I don't really want to go like too technical about it. So let me look at an approach which is going to what's it called? To bring everyone on the same page. So now understanding EVM is like, for example, EVM is these particular complete machine that handles and the whole operations, everything combined together, the smart contracts, how it all works, coming from the mining process to the smart contracts to the consensus mechanism of how the whole blockchain works on the ERC networks. So it is that main concept that handles everything. So when they are talking about you dropping your EVM wallet, what I think is just and they are telling you to drop something like your ERC20 wallet. You understand? So they just need you to submit your ERC20 wallet because like you understand is that Ethereum was the first to build this EVM. Okay, go ahead. You have a question, right?
Sorry, I can't really hear much again. No, no, no. I think I have issues with network, so I wanted to tell you I wasn't hearing you anymore. I don't know if you can hear
Okay,
me now,
can
but
you
I
hear
can
me
hear you
now?
properly now.
All right, so like I was saying, so it's just like the machine or the engine that manages, the blockchain activities surrounding whatever we are doing on all these chains. This includes like that enables the smart contracts to function. Like for example, when you want to send a transaction. Is he on the call? I think he's really having. Please, David, can you hear me? I'm trying to reference on David because I know David was able to, respond fast to what we were talking about in the beginning of this section. David, are you still there with us? CTO, I think it is your network that is really giving some trouble.
Yeah, just keep on explaining. I will listen. I can't really talk
Yeah,
due
and
to network.
no
Yeah, but
problem. It's fine. It's
I got what you said earlier and I understand now. So thank you.
Yeah, so when they were asking about your EVM wallet, what they needed is just your ERC20 wallet. Don't forget, EVM is a type of machine or engine that makes sure everything we are trying to do, talk about sending of money, receiving of money, your staking, the memory storage. It is the one that's actually it is the main engine, like the core system. Just about okay, you want look at your computer. Your computer is everything. So the same way you see your computer as being the everything that allows you to connect to the internet to send message is the same way you should see EVM. So when they are talking about EVM is like the main structure of each blockchain that are on ERC20. Like we all understand that any blockchain that is having these OX structure, like OX is under the EVM and ERC20 design. So their structure is almost the same. Like we all know that BNB forked Ethereum as a chain itself. We understand AVAX also, they only improve on what has been done. Optimism, what other chain do we have like that? We have Optimism, the same as Base Network is also on the EVM. So whenever you see something coming up on EVM, just know that it is still the same ERC. Like for example, your normal ERC20 can hold your Ethereum, can hold your BNB, can hold your Avas, can hold any other blockchain that is using the EVM design structure or that is under the ERC20 pattern. So that is what I want to say about that, so that we don't digress on the topic we are talking about. So I think it is a very important question you've asked, because even when we start doing this retro drop farming, we need to understand what EVM is, because even if we are farmed for airdrop and they are now asking us for our EVM wallets, we now start looking around at what is EVM, what is EVM. It sounds so silly if we don't really, get to know it by that time, because we've worked and it is at the point of cashing out. So we are now having problem on something that is just straightforward. So that is just EVM. So EVM is a virtual machine that operates the whole blockchain and the way the whole smart contract works and the storage itself. Smart contracts is also like the Ethereum technology as a storage. We call it the IPFS. So don't let us really go too technical into it. So everything that we are doing is being stored on an Oracle database. So, but what they are trying to do on this technology is they are trying to make it transparent for us. Before, banking system, they also operate on the Oracle, but it is private. Like whatever they are doing, they don't reveal the information. So coming to the decentralized space, they make it available for anyone to see whatever is happening on a transaction. And now they give the power to the people to be able to mine, approve transactions without a centralized system that is handling it. So this old technology for some of this chain is under the operation and designed to be an EVM technology that is operating them. So we'll put it out. Let's put a stop to that. It is a very elaborately, it's going to be, we might be elaborating too much on it if we continue. So thank you, CTO, for that. So before you're welcome. So before we move on to the next thing we'll be discussing, please, do you have any question? Anyone, if you have a question, just unmute your mic and just ask your question, because Saturday will be the real day. We'll be navigating together. So get your system ready. If you don't have if you are not convenient with choosing your system, you can use your mobile device as well. But to prevent some scams, system is always better. That is why I can't do it on my phone as well. So please, let's put safety first. So system is always better to do these activities so you don't get scammed along the way. And before we even start on Saturday, we put some preventive measure that needs to be in place before we start farming this type of airdrop. So these are the things we are talking about, doing our own in a smart way. Like what we want to do, you can find it online, you can do it yourself, but we need to just guide ourselves. So this is a way of building and working together as a community. So even if I'm also doing something wrong, as we are sharing with ourselves, you can always correct me, and I will learn from it as well. So that is the reason we are not just saying, okay, this is everything, go and start finding and make sure you do it. No, it's not like that. We do it together. So it was supposed to be done today on our hands-on practical, but I just have some limitation with my PC, and by Saturday I would have fixed it. So, and I believe it's still even better that we don't really bug ourselves too much tonight, so we don't overload the knowledge on ourselves. So it's okay. And this is just one part of how we want to be profitable in this space. So we will also be working together as a community to look at different angles, different areas where we can just put ourselves in and be saving it, and also make our money simple and smart. Yeah, let me put it simple, as simple as that. So one thing I know about this whole thing is it's just about us working with the way the technology is moving. So once we are getting in the right place, getting and making sure that the right knowledge is in us, we are moving with the right knowledge. Like, I'm very sure, like, there's nothing, like, no one wants to tell me you're definitely going to make money. You might not make immediate money, but you will make money along the process, because what you've heard tonight, what you've accumulated tonight, a lot of people don't know it. So when you go out there and tell people, I know how to do RetroDrop farming, you can even make money with it. That is another secret. Okay, you want to learn a RetroDrop farming, right? Then you have to pay me, because I've devoted my time to learn it. So that's why I don't blame people sometimes if they charge for teaching people. But the way we have built our own system, everything we are putting out is always going to be free. So that is it. So Saturday, let's meet. I don't want to keep repeating what we've said. So just a window room for everyone to ask their question. If you have any question, just unmute your mic, ask. But if you don't have, it's fine. It's just always better if there is something bothering you. Don't feel shy or feel bothered that you don't want people to hear your voice. So it's a free space here. It's a free word, and it's a safe community to discuss and interact together. So we'll be putting an end if we don't have any question right here. Let's just get prepared. If you have someone you value and love, invite them to SafuLane, because what is coming is bigger than what we can imagine. We will be growing very fast on a very fast lane very soon. So we don't really want anyone to miss behind, be left behind. So please, if you really want to be part of our journey, we will need your activeness, your active participation. And trust me, everything we are going through, there will be a reward. And there is this type of thing we are trying to build. We want to build ourselves as a family. Don't forget, this December, we'll be rolling out a gift for active members. We just ask for your address and you get our what's it called? I've forgotten the name they call it. You'll be surprised. That's one thing for sure. You'll be surprised. So, as an active SAFUU OG in the community, so you'll be surprised. You make it a very, I don't want to call it a dirty December, but it's going to be fun being part of this community. We make ourselves happy. We share a lot of vibes, entertaining things. And yeah, that is what we are working on. And that is the future. That is the goal of being part of the community. So and another thing I want to say is our testers. So people who are interested to be our testers, people like David, Jabil, Water, Abit, Miles, Pascal, City Hall, Apex, and Qfiller. So we'll be sending an email. You'll be getting an email, or probably a group will be created for you to start testing the app with us. We need to guide everyone, so you understand the navigation, and you'll just be like some of the elites who are able to check this out first, and we'll appreciate your contribution as well. And don't forget, even for you testing our app, you get rewarded for it. So everything in SafuLane has a reward. So I think at this junction, we really understand the fact that RetroDrop farming is something we don't need to put aside. We need to put some concentration on that. I will be, the before Saturday, now on tomorrow, which is Friday, I'm dropping some of these blockchains that I'll be checking. There are some that wasn't mentioned, but we'll definitely, just do it. So for people on our YouTube channel that will be watching us right now, please subscribe and make sure you turn on our notification so you keep getting this valuable recap of what we are doing. So we'll be stopping on that for YouTube, guys. So we have a personal discussion going on this present call. So let me stop recording for people on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe and give your likes, comments on what we're doing. Thank you.